Hi, so I'm going to talk about using the split-dorian tuning in a six-string kind of formation. It's best, I think, in an eight-string guitar, but certainly usable in a six-string, and you can use that to kind of figure, is this something that I want to try to pursue at all? Is there any reason for me to? Just to try it out. Doesn't hurt, might cost you a string or two. That's about it. So what I've got here is the top end of the split-dorian tuning, the top six strings. So that would be E, C sharp, A, F sharp, D, and B. Okay, so you're missing a G string and a low G and a low E in this case. I think that makes a difference, but you may not care. You're not going to buy an eight-string guitar just to try this tuning out. I think that would be foolish. So chances are you think it would be foolish too. So you might want to check my website for the gauges of strings to use on this and restring the guitar and try it. See what you think. Now, I'll give you a few little pointers here, just initially, kind of a very beginning guitar lesson with this tuning. It's got some really cool stuff that you can do with it, and it would take forever to try to tell you all about that. But this would be just like first beginning lessons. You've never seen this tuning before. How do I use it, right? So we're going to do some stuff in the key of D. Very easy. Most of these chords can be played with one finger on one string. You just have to be careful about which strings you're hitting. And we're going to do the 1, 6, 4, 5 progression, which is virtually every doo-wop song ever done. I'm exaggerating, but it seems like it. A few jazz songs, some rock and roll songs. They're all, it's very familiar. You'll recognize it, I'm sure. So we're going to start out in the key of D. So we start with the D major chord. Now these are the middle four strings. And one finger up here. Where you normally would have a C, this is actually a D in this tune. So, root position, D major chord. Now notice, just to tell you, if you take that finger off, that's a D major 7 chord, again root position. So, now we want to go to the 6th chord. We do the bottom 5 strings actually, just by putting this finger down the 2nd fret right here, right next to the D that you had down previously. Okay, easy enough. That's the 6th chord, which is a B minor. Now we move this finger over to the string on the other side. This is the 4 chord. And now we move this finger along with its partner. You could do it that way. Cover both strings with one finger. Or this, which looks like an E chord, just moved over to the bottom strings. Which gives you your A7 chord. You can play that B minor chord with just one finger as well. You don't have to play this note up here. just the bottom 4 that defines that chord. And the same thing with the G chord here. You only need that one finger, but it makes the chord a little fuller to add some of those. Now, notice that for the most part, we've only done everything works with that fingering. Just depends on which fingers you put down as to what chords you're playing. And then the 5/7 chord. So there you've got an easy way to do that. Which I think is much simpler than on a standard guitar. Simplicity itself is not a reason for changing anything. I didn't come up with this tuning to make it easier to play standard chords. It just happens to be a little easier to play some of these standard chords. We're looking at a D, B minor, G, and A7. Very quick, very simple. Yes, it's only in one key. You can figure out how to move that up without having to have a bar. Everyone hates bar chords for some reason. So anyway, that's it. Have a good time trying to play around with this tuning. I think you'll like it. I'm not suggesting that replace however many years you've got of playing normal guitar tuning. It's not replacing that for me. But it is a nice tool in the arsenal of tunings for expanding what you can do with guitar.